Welcome to Jurassic World, where the impossible becomes reality. Here, science and imagination come together to bring you closer than ever before to the age of dinosaurs. Today, we invite you to experience the next step in our park's evolution, a creature born from innovation, engineered for wonder, and designed to inspire awe. Standing over 40 feet tall and possessing the most advanced traits ever engineered by InGen genetics, Indominus Rex represents the pinnacle of modern science. With the intelligence of a raptor, the power of a tyrannosaur, and the adaptability of nature's fiercest predators, Indominus redefines what it means to be the top of the food chain. With her towering stature, adaptive camouflage, and the intelligence to rival our most advanced predators, Indominus Rex is a species unlike any other. A perfect fusion of power and precision. Instantly recognizable, she symbolizes the next stage in the evolution of de-extinction and the limitless imagination that defines Jurassic World. Every aspect of her creation was guided by one goal: to give our guests something they've never seen before, an encounter beyond imagination. From the breathtaking Mosasaur Lagoon to the awe-inspiring T-Rex Kingdom, Jurassic World continues to set the standard for innovation and adventure. Chosen for creation within the Jurassic World family of parks, Indominus Rex represents both innovation and awe. Designed by InGen's top geneticists, she stands as the embodiment of modern science's ability to push the boundaries of what's possible. Within the lineage of Jurassic World's greatest predators, Tyrannosaurus rex, Spinosaurus aegypticus, and Giganotosaurus carolini, Indominus Rex stands apart. Where T-Rex embodies ancient power, Spinosaurus the dominance of water and land, and Giganotosaurus the sheer scale of prehistoric might, Indominus combines them all and more. She is faster, stronger, and more intelligent than any of her predecessors. A true hybrid apex predator designed not by nature, but by human ingenuity. This exclusive feature takes you behind the innovation that made Indominus Rex possible. From the genetic breakthroughs that define her to the behavioral studies that guide how she lives, moves, and thinks. Building upon the legacy of Jurassic Park, our team has transformed science into spectacle, creating a fully realized habitat that redefines what it means to encounter a living legend. Join us at Jurassic World, from Isla Nublar in San Diego to Cascadia, Manchester, Creta, and Sanctuary, and experience these extraordinary animals for yourself. At first glance, Indominus Rex bears a striking resemblance to Tyrannosaurus rex, but her form tells a far more complex story. Beneath her snow-white hide lies a mosaic of genetic influences, from the armored strength of Abelisaurus to the sheer mass of Giganotosaurus. Standing over 20 feet tall and stretching more than 56 feet in length, she surpasses even her largest genetic donors. The cause of the extraordinary growth remains one of the many mysteries of hybrid genetics. Her body is clad in jagged osteoderms and horn crest above the eyes, defensive features drawn from her Abelisaur ancestry. Along her forelimbs, she bears a hallmark of Therizinosaurus, elongated clawed fingers, each ending in a deadly sickle-shaped talon. These muscular arms grant her the ability to manipulate her environment and, when necessary, tear through solid steel. Despite her towering frame, she can briefly assume a semi-quadrupedal stance, combining stability with terrifying agility. Across her skin, faint protofeathers hint at ancient avian origins, while the gray-white pigmentation serves more than an aesthetic purpose. Thanks to genes borrowed from the cuttlefish, Indominus possesses active camouflage, a chameleon-like ability to blend seamlessly into her surroundings. When combined with her intelligence, it makes her one of the most elusive predators ever engineered. Her head structure reflects a fusion of multiple lineages: the crushing bite force of Tyrannosaurus, the elongated jawline of aquatic reptiles, and the exposed uneven teeth of Deinosuchus. 74 serrated teeth arm her powerful jaws, each one replaced continuously throughout her life. The result is a predator whose bite can shatter bone and metal alike, an apex design of predatory evolution. Her intelligence mirrors that of a velociraptor. She demonstrates problem-solving, communication, and even cooperation, an unsettling blend of instinct and calculation. Our behaviorists have documented her ability to coordinate with other species within her genetic lineage, interpreting their calls in body language with remarkable accuracy. She plans ambushes, sets traps, and observes her environment with a hunter's patience, a mind evolved for deception. But intelligence can be unpredictable. In isolation, Indominus has displayed signs of surplus killing, eliminating prey far beyond what she consumes. This suggests a drive rooted not solely in hunger, but in dominance, curiosity, or perhaps even stimulation. Individuals raised in social interaction, however, exhibit far less aggression, underscoring the role of environment in shaping hybrid behavior. Indominus Rex is a creature of paradox, born of science, yet driven by primal instinct. She is both the triumph and the warning of modern genetic power, a being capable of adaptation, empathy, and destruction in equal measure. And as we continue our exploration of her origins, we invite you to discover how the Indominus came to be, the story of her creation, and the groundbreaking science that brought her to life. Unlike the prehistoric creatures that inspired her, Indominus Rex has no ancient fossil record. She is not a relic of prehistory, but a product of human ambition, a species that never walked the earth until science made it possible. The story of Indominus begins not in the fossil beds of Montana or the badlands of Argentina, but within the sterile white walls of the Hammond Creation Lab. There, InGen's chief geneticist, Dr. Henry Wu, sought to push the limits of de-extinction. Fascinated by the possibilities of genetic engineering, Wu's research had evolved far beyond simple recreation. His earlier experiments, including the hybrid plant Pherocosis butensis in 1997, paved the way for something far greater, the first synthetic animal designed entirely from selective genetic assembly. By 2012, under the direction of Misrani Global's founder Simon Misrani, Wu began construction of a new hybrid. Jurassic World attendees were asking for something new, and Misrani requested a new attraction, something bigger, more impressive, and unlike anything the public had ever seen. The result will become the most advanced predator in the history of InGen genetics. Built upon the genetic foundation of Tyrannosaurus rex, Indominus Rex inherited her immense size, bone density, and crushing bite force. But her genome was far from pure. Into this space, Wu introduced DNA from Giganotosaurus for scale, Velociraptor for intelligence and pack coordination, and a variety of Belosaur species, Carnotaurus, Majungasaurus, Rugops, Picnonemosaurus, Kilmasaurus, and Biavenator to create natural armor in the form of thickened osteoderms. The crocodilian Deinosuchus contributed her serrated outward-facing teeth, while Therizinosaurus provided the long forelimbs and slicing claws that defined her silhouette. To complete the hybrid, genes from modern species were introduced. Cuttlefish DNA enhanced her growth rate and granted the ability to alter her skin color and texture. Tree frog DNA allowed her to adapt to the tropical climate of Eastern Nublar and unexpectedly to mask her own heat signature. Finally, pit viper DNA gave her the ability to sense infrared heat, along with an astonishing flexible jaw, enabling her to detect and strike prey even in complete darkness. In 2013, 2 Indominus embryos successfully hatched. Raised in isolation to prevent imprinting, only one survived, devouring its sibling before maturity. The surviving individual was transferred to a custom-built paddock in the northern sector of Eastern Nublar. There she grew, faster, stronger, and more intelligent than any of her scientists predicted. Her creation represented the apex of genetic design, but also the growing divide between science and ethics. Though conceived to inspire awe, her intelligence and predatory instincts far exceeded the expectation of her creators. In 2015, the world would come to know her not as an exhibit, but as a force of nature, the hybrid that escaped containment and reshaped the future of InGen research forever. InGen paleogeneticists now regard Indominus Rex not as a recreation of the past, but as a symbol of our mastery and our misunderstanding of the genetic frontier. She stands as the only dinosaur in history to have no fossil ancestor, the first of a lineage born entirely from imagination and science combined. As we move forward, her story challenges us to ask the ultimate question: when science can create life without history, what responsibilities come with that power? While Indominus Rex may not have had a natural fossil record, her behavior and environmental preferences tell her own evolutionary story. Engineered to thrive in the tropical climate of Eastern Nublar, her genome incorporates tree frog DNA, an adaptation that allows her body to regulate temperature and humidity within the dense jungles of the island. But the Indominus is not simply a product of her surroundings, she dominates them. Highly territorial and assertive, Indominus Rex tolerates few rivals. In the wild or in containment, she would not share her domain with other large carnivores, with one exception. Those raised alongside raptors such as Velociraptor, Trosiraptor, Pyroraptor, Utahraptor, or Deinonychus demonstrate markedly different behavior. Early bonding with dromaeosaurids produces a calmer temperament, allowing social interaction and even cooperative pack structures. For this reason, all modern Indominus individuals within the Jurassic World Park network are raised in proximity to social raptor species, encouraging communication and reducing aggression. Socialized individuals display remarkable adaptability. Some coexist peacefully with abelosaurids like Carnotaurus and Majungasaurus, while others interact successfully with members of the Carcharodontosaurid and Tyrannosaurus families, including Giganotosaurus, Acrocanthosaurus, Carcharodontosaurus, Conchovenator, Tyrannosaurus rex, Albertosaurus, Tarbosaurus, and Chinchosaurus. However, these coexistence experiments depend on careful balance. Each individual must have a bonded mate or compatible partner. Without it, dominant displays quickly escalate into territorial conflict. In terms of habitat design, Indominus prefers an ecosystem that reflects her dual ancestry. Like the Tyrannosaurus rex, she requires broad grasslands to roam freely, combined with densely forested areas for ambush and concealment, a natural blend of open territory and shadowed cover. These habitats encourage her to express instinctual behaviors while maintaining environmental stability. Feeding behavior mirrors that of large theropods, relying on both carnivore and live prey feeders to stimulate hunting responses and physical exercise. Attempts to integrate Indominus with members of the Therizinosauridae, one of the clades contributing to her genetic makeup, have been unsuccessful. Despite their shared ancestry, the lower intelligence and limited communication of Therizinosaurus prevents meaningful interaction. Studies suggest that the hybrid's dominant genetic influences come from Carcharodontosaurids, Dromaeosaurids, and Tyrannosaurids, which together define the behavioral core of her species. Ultimately, Indominus rex represents a living ecosystem in motion, a hybrid predator that not only adapts to her environment, but reshapes it around her. Her enclosure design must reflect this delicate balance between control and chaos, between science and instinct. And so, with the lessons learned from her behavior, we move from understanding how Indominus lives to where she lives, the design of the habitat itself, and how Jurassic World engineers have created an environment worthy of its most formidable resident. Designing the Indominus rex exhibit demanded the most advanced containment and welfare standards ever implemented at Jurassic World. For an animal engineered to camouflage, mask its heat signature, and solve complex problems, the habitat required a level of sophistication that balanced both safety and behavioral enrichment. At its core, the design emphasizes choice and complexity. A well-designed exhibit allows the animal to remove itself from situations it finds stressful, to choose between sun and shade, hot and cool, high and low, wet and dry. This complexity, not merely the scale of the enclosure, ensures the Indominus can express her natural behaviors while maintaining a sense of security and comfort. It is this dynamic environment that promotes both behavioral and psychological health, all while existing within one of the most secure habitats ever constructed. Forested hideaway zones filled with live vegetation and rugged rock outcroppings offer areas of retreat, allowing the Indominus to remain unseen when desired. This separation zone also serves a dual function, providing discrete access points for ranger and veterinary teams conducting health assessment or behavioral studies. On occasion, these areas can be open for VIP tours or corporate demonstrations, giving sponsors and shareholders a controlled look at the animal's adaptive behavior under expert supervision. For guests, the experience is designed to evoke wonder without compromising safety. Multiple layer viewing experiences, shaded decks, elevated platforms, and recessed blinds provide panoramic perspectives while minimizing stress to the animal. A signature feature of the exhibit is the log gallery, a massive hollowed-out tree trunk that visitors can walk through. Carved viewing windows within the trunk offer an intimate, immersive glimpse into the enclosure, as if guests were stepping directly into the heart of prehistory. Elevated boardwalks curve along the perimeter, ensuring every vantage point reveals a new aspect of the hybrid story, from quiet observation to moments of controlled eating. To ensure absolute containment, engineering teams implemented a double fence system. The inner barrier consists of reinforced concrete and electrified alloy mesh designed to withstand tremendous impact forces, while the outer fence provides an additional layer of defense against breaches and external interference. Every entry point is electronically monitored, and the gated guest entrance includes a real-time visitor tracking to ensure complete accountability in the event of an emergency. Nearby, asset containment units stand ready around the clock. Backup power systems, including isolated thermal and electrical generators, guarantee uninterrupted operation even in the event of grid failure. These fail-safes, combined with constant motion and seismic detection systems, make the Indominus Rex paddock the most secure facility ever developed by InGen's engineering division. Finally, the exhibit connects directly to the Jurassic World amphitheater, where the Indominus can be showcased during scheduled, tightly controlled demonstrations. These events highlight her agility, intelligence, and environmental adaptability, a thrilling yet safe display of modern genetic engineering in motion. You can encounter this remarkable predator at one of our world-class Jurassic World destinations, from the original park on Isla Nublar to our newest expansion in the Olympic Peninsula at Jurassic World Cascadia, discover ancient wonders in the Dolomite Mountain Range at the Jurassic World Sanctuary, or meet these living legends across our international parks in San Diego, Manchester, or Crete. Each exhibit stands as a testament to our ongoing mission, bringing the past to life and ensuring that innovation and safety evolve together. Within the history of the Jurassic Park franchise, few creatures have left a legacy as striking or as destructive as the Indominus Rex. Conceived not by nature but by human design, this hybrid became both the crown jewel and the downfall of Jurassic World. Originally engineered by Dr. Henry Wu under the directive of Masrani Global's founder Simon Masrani, the Indominus Rex was created in 2012 to reignite public excitement around Jurassic World. After more than a decade of successful operations, attendance had begun to decline. Masrani wanted something bigger, something that we would once again capture the imagination of millions. Dr. Wu delivered, combining the DNA of Tyrannosaurus rex, Velociraptor, Giganotosaurus, Therizinosaurus, and a wide array of abelosaurids, and modern species such as cuttlefish, tree frogs, and pit vipers. The result was a predator unlike any before it, an animal born from science's ambition to exceed evolution itself. Unbeknownst to Masrani, Dr. Wu had entered a covert partnership with InGen security commander Vic Hoskins, who envisioned the Indominus as a prototype for a new line of military bioweapons. Many of the creature's genetic components and its true capabilities were deliberately kept secret. By the time Masrani unveiled the Indominus project, public anticipation soared. 2 hatchlings were produced, but as the years passed, one devoured the other. The surviving female grew rapidly in isolation within her towering 40-foot paddock, exhibiting both aggression and intelligence well beyond predictions. In 2015, 3 weeks before her official debut, everything changed. Using her cuttlefish camouflage and tree frog thermal adaptation, the Indominus deceived park staff into believing she had escaped, luring them inside her enclosure before ambushing her handlers. Within minutes, containment had failed. A rampage across Isla Nublar became the defining catastrophe of Jurassic World. She slaughtered ACU personnel, tore through her paddock walls, and unleashed chaos across the park. Her attack on Gyrosphere Valley decimated herds of Ankylosaurus and Apatosaurus, leaving dozens dead in her wake. Even asset containment's pursuit only made matters worse when she breached the pterosaur aviary, releasing flocks of free Dimorphodon and Pterodons over Main Street. That night, the unthinkable occurred. The Indominus made contact with Owen Grady's trained Velociraptor pack. Recognizing her shared genetic lineage, the raptors accepted her as their alpha. Under her command, they turned against their human handlers, forcing an evacuation order for the entire island. When the survivors regrouped on Main Street, the Indominus was waiting. In a desperate final measure, the park's original Tyrannosaurus rex was released to confront the hybrid. What followed was one of the most titanic battles in Jurassic history, a clash between nature's apex and humanity's invention. Though the Indominus initially overwhelmed her opponent, a surviving raptor intervened, tipping the balance. Together, Rexy and the raptor drove the hybrid to the edge of the lagoon, where the park's Mosasaurus emerged to drag her beneath the water, ending her reign of terror. Her remains were later recovered from the lagoon by mercenaries working under Eli Mills, who extracted genetic samples that would give rise to a new creation, the Indoraptor, a smaller but even more specialized hybrid. Thus, even in death, the legacy of the Indominus Rex continued, shaping the dark path of genetic weaponization that followed. Beyond the in-universe events, the Indominus Rex also plays a pivotal role in Jurassic World's production history. Director Colin Trevorrow credited her concept as the reason for telling a new Jurassic story. Early drafts describe a Diabolus Rex, later named Indominus, with several alternate designs, including features inspired by Velosaurus and Acrocanthosaurus. Legendary paleontologist Jack Horner advised on her anatomy, suggesting there is Dinosaurus influences for her distinctive claws and posture. The team at Industrial Light and Magic, including artists Aaron McBride, Greg McIntosh, and Chris Costa, collaborated to craft a creature that felt both alien and believable, grounded in real-world animal traits, yet unmistakably monstrous. Sound designers layer roars from walruses, whales, lions, pigs, and dolphins to give her an unsettling, unnatural voice, one that embodied both majesty and menace. Thematically, the Indominus represents the dangers of unchecked innovation, a distorted reflection of the park's original dream. Much like the Tyrannosaurus Rex of 1993, she was born to inspire awe but raised in isolation. She became something far darker, a predator driven not by hunger, but by dominance and rage. From her conception in the Hammond Creation Lab to her final moments on Main Street, Indominus Rex remains one of the most iconic creations in Jurassic World history, a reminder of how easily wonder can turn chaos when innovation surpasses control. She represents both the brilliance and the hubris of humanity, a creature engineered to inspire awe, yet destined to teach one of science's harshest lessons. Thank you for joining us in this special feature on the Indominus Rex.